Hello friends, good morning to all of you. Let's start our today's topic, that is SI and CI. So what do you mean by SI and CI? So this is known as simple interest and compound interest. So let's first write down what is simple interest. What is simple interest? So before knowing about simple interest, first know what do you mean by interest? What do you mean by interest? Before going to the topic simple interest, let's know what do you mean by interest. Then we'll go for the simple interest. So interest means this is the amount, additional amount given by the lender. Additional amount given by the lender to the borrower. Additional amount given by the lender to the borrower on the principal he borrowed. On the principal he or she borrowed. That is known as interest. Let a person A give to B 100 rupees. So B lends 100 rupees from A. While B given to A 150 rupees as a final amount. So 50 rupees is the additional amount B paid to A. So 50 rupees known as the interest. 50 rupees known as the interest. This is the additional amount given by the lender to the borrower. By the lender to the borrower on the principal borrowed. On the principal borrowed. This is known as interest, and it is denoted as capital I, and it is denoted as capital I. This is known as interest. Then next thing, then what do you mean by ROI? This is a term related to SI. What do you mean by ROI? Rate of interest. Rate of interest. So what do you mean by rate of interest? Rate of interest is denoted as, rate of interest is given per yearly as rupees of 100 rupees. Rate of interest paid yearly at 100 rupees, and it is denoted as R by 100 or small r by 100, whatever you may write. This is known as rate of interest. Okay. Next, what do you mean by amount? What do you mean by amount? So amount equal to P plus I. So here P is known as principal, I is known as interest. P is known as principal, I is known as interest. So amount equal to the sum of principal and interest. Total amount is equal to principal plus SI or CI, whatever may be the I means interest. Then come to the part, original part, that is, what do you mean by simple interest or SI? What do you mean by simple interest or SI? Then what do you mean by simple interest? So simple interest is the interest. Simple interest is the interest uniformly paid throughout the loan period. Simple interest is the interest uniformly paid throughout the loan period on the original principal. So, simple interest is the interest uniformly paid simple interest is the interest calculated uniformly throughout the loan period on the original principal. This is known as simple interest. So, come to the mathematical formula. What is simple interest? SI or I is equal to PTR by 100. Here P is known as principal, T is known as time period, R is known as rate of interest. So, SI is equal to PTR by 100. Let's come for one example. Let P is equal to 1000 rupees, T is equal to 2 years, R is equal to 5% per annum. It's by default per annum. Okay. Then calculate SI. So it is given P principal, T time period, R rate of interest 5 per annum. Then you have to calculate SI. So what is the formula? I equal to PTR by 100. So P is given 1000 rupees, T is 2 years, P is 500. Then your I is 100 rupees. This is known as simple interest. Calculation of simple interest. So what do you mean by simple interest? The interest calculated uniformly throughout the loan period on the original principal. This is known as simple interest. So let's go for some examples. So before going to example, we found that I equal to PTR by 100. From this, we can calculate P equal to I into 100 by T into R. From this one, T equal to I into 100 by P into R. Again, R equal to I into 100 by P into T. Then another formula, amount A equal to P plus I. Before we have discussed amount A equal to P plus I. From here we can calculate A equal to P plus I equal to, we have know that PTR by 100. If P will come on 1 plus RT by 100. So A equal to also P into 1 plus RT by 100, another formula. From here it is already done. So this is all about your amount. Amount equal to P plus I, replacing the value of I equal to PTR by 100. I equal to PTR by 100. Then taking P common from this one, so 1 plus RT by 100. So amount equal to P into 1 plus RT by 100. So this is all about your formula regarding simple interest. Then we'll go for some examples. Okay, fine. Example like the first question. A deposited 1200 rupees to a bank at 9% per annum. Find out the total interest find out the total interest he will get at the end of 3 years. Then what year it is given? A deposited 1200 rupees to a bank at 9% per annum, 9% interest per annum. Then find out the total interest he will get at the end of the 3 years. So first write down what the data is given. Here A deposited 1200 rupees means this is the principal amount. This is the principal amount at 9% interest per annum. This is known as rate of interest. Known as rate of interest. Then at the end of 3 years, this is known as time period. Sorry, 3 years. This is known as time period. So what we have to find out? Now find out the total interest. Total interest means Total interest means I. So we know the formula I equal to PTR by 100. So P is given, R is given, T is given. So replace the value 1200, 3, 9 by 100. So 12 3 is 36, 36 is 9, 9 6, 54, 4 5. So 324 rupees. So this is known as I. 324 rupees. Okay. So in simple interest, just you have to write down what is the data is given. Then what you have to find out. So within the two formula, I equal to PTR by 100, A equal to P plus I. Within these two formula, all the questions will be solved. Let's go for the second questions. Sumit borrowed 7,500 rupees at 14.5% per annum for 2.5 years. Find the amount. Find the amount here to pay after that period. So see, Sumit borrowed 7,500 rupees at 14.5% per annum for 2.5 years. So let's first write the data given. P equal to 7,500, R equal to 14.5% per annum, T equal to 2.5 years, or it can be written as 5 by 2 years. 2 to the 1, 2 to the 4 plus 1, 5 by 2. So find out the amount here to pay. Amount, it is just amount. So let's find out first I before going for amount. Because A equal to, here it is asking find out the amount, but A equal to P plus I. So let's find out first I. So I equal to PTR by 100. So P is given 7,500 rupees. T is 5 by 2, R is 14.5 by 100. So solve this one, 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. So 75, 5, 5, 25, 2, 375 by 2 multiplied by 14.5. So So 14.5 equal to 29 by 2. So 375 multiplied by 29. 95 9 5 5 4 So 10,875 by 4. TC 8 2 8 28 4 3 5 6 32. So I equal to 2,718.75 rupees. Then we have to find out amount. So amount equal to P plus I. Here P is given 7,500 plus I equal to 2718.75. This implies .75 rupees. So 10,218.75 rupees he has to pay final amount after that period. Okay. So this is your final answer. The last question we have discussed. What is the interest he has to pay? But here it is asked, find out the total amount he had to pay after that period. Total amount he had to pay. But last question you just see, it was asked, what is the interest he has to pay? So before we proceed the questions, you just look whether it is asked for the interest or the amount he is given. Okay. Okay. Come for the next question. A sum of 1,200 rupees was lent out for 2 years at simple rate of interest. The lender got 1,536 rupees in all. Find out the rate of interest per annum. Find out the rate of interest per annum. So what it is given? A sum of 1,200 rupees was lent out for 2 years at simple rate of interest. So here principal equal to 1,200 rupees. Time period equal to 2 years. The lender got 1,536 rupees in all. That means after the loan period, the lender got 1,536 in all. That means A equal to 1,536. Then find out the rate of interest per annum. That means R equal to, we have to find out R. Okay. Amount equal to 1,536. But we know amount equal to P plus I. So P equal to 1,200. A equal to 1,536 plus I. This implies I equal to 1,536 minus 1,200 is equal to 336. So this is I. Then come for the R part. R equal to, what is the formula? We have discussed I equal to PTR by 100. This implies R equal to I into 100 by, just before we have discussed this one, I equal to PTR by 100. From this we can derive R equal to I into 100 by P into T. So R equal to I into 100 by P into T. So I equal to 336, P equal to 1200, T equal to 2 years. T equal to 2 years. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancelled. So 12 is the 1, 12 to 24, 24, 9, 6, 2, 8, 2, 14. That means 14. So R equal to 14% rate of interest per annum. R is equal to 14% rate of interest per annum. Here 12, 12 is the 1, 12 to the 24, 33, 24, 9, 96, 12, 8, 96. So 2, 28, 14. So here comes R. Okay. Then come for the next question. At what rate of interest will a sum becomes double doubles of itself in 5 half years? In 5 half years at simple interest. Solution. So here it is given, at what rate of interest will a sum becomes double of itself in 5 half years at simple rate of interest? So let P equal to, let principal equal to P, we have to find out R. At what rate of interest we have to find out R. Will a sum becomes double, that means P becomes 2P. P becomes 2P in 5 half years at simple interest. Okay. So let's find out. Here 2P equal to A. This implies A equal to P plus I. A is given 2P, P is P, I. This implies I equal to P. I is equal to P. T is given already. Okay. 5 half years or 5 to the 10 plus 11, 11 by 2 years. Okay. Then R is equal to, again, I into 100 by P into T. Here I is P into 100, P is P. T is given 11 by 2. PP got cancelled. So 100 by 11 by 2, that means 200 by 11. So 190. 2 approximately 18.18%. Approximately 18.18%. So in this type of question, how we have to proceed? So here in general it is given at what rate of interest. That means we have to calculate R. From this part we have cleared that we have to calculate R. Okay, fine. Will a sum, but sum is not given, so we have to assume what is the sum. Whether you may text it as X or P, whatever you may like. Okay. So sum principal equal to P, or you may take it as X, becomes double. That means this sum becomes double. That is known as amount. So amount equal to P or 2X. So from this amount we have to calculate I, because I is not given. Only at simple interest in question it is given. So A equal to P plus I, that means A equal to P, P is also P, plus I equal to P. So I is given, I is known as P. Then we have to calculate R equal to, we know the formula I into 100 by P into T. Then this calculation, then you will get the result 18.18%. Okay. Then come for the next one. In a certain time, ₹1,200 becomes 1,560 rupees at 10% per annum at simple rate of interest. Okay. Then find out the principal that will become 2232 rupees at 8% per annum in the same time. In the same time. So let's see how to calculate this one. Here what is given, in a certain time 1200 rupees becomes, that means first write down the data. P equal to 1200 rupees becomes 1560 rupees. That means this one is the amount. Why this one is the amount? Because the amount is greater than the principal. So that's why it is principal becomes 1560 rupees. From this one, we already know A equal to P plus I. This implies 1560 equal to 1200 plus I. This implies I equal to 360. So I is known as interest. So next, at 10% per annum, that means R is also given. Then from this given data, we have to find out in a certain time. So what is the certain time? So we have to calculate what is the T. What is that certain time? So T equal to, we already know, I equal to PTR by 100. From this we can derive T equal to I into 100 by P into R. We have already discussed that one. T equal to I is given how much? 360 into 100 by P is given 1200 into R is given 10%. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel, 0 cancel, 12, 12, 3 ja. So T is 3 years. So in a certain time, that duration is 3 years. Then come for the second part. First part is given to find out the T only. Then come for the second one. So in second one, find out the principal. That means we have to calculate P. Find out the principal, that will become 2232 rupees. That means A equal to given 2232 rupees at 8% per annum. That means R equal to 8%. In the same time meaning that certain time. We have already calculated that certain time. That is T equal to 3 years. So to find out the P, I equal to PTR by 100. So P equal to I into 100 by R into T. But here I is not given. So but we have already know the formula. A equal to P plus I. We don't know P, don't know I, but we have to calculate P, but I is not known. But it can written as I equal to PTR by 100. From this, taking P common, RT by 100. This implies What is a 2232? Is equal to P we have to calculate. R is given 8%, 3. This implies 2232 is equal to P into 100 plus 24 by 100, taking LCM. This implies 2232 equal to P into 124 by 100. This implies P equal to 2232 into 100 by 124. Then 4 3 ja 4 1 4 5 2 3 8. Then 31 was 31 14. So 24 2 4 8. So 18. So 18 into 100 1800. So this is your principal. So 1800 principal become 2232 at 8% per annum in the duration 3 years. Let's see. From the first line, the first line is given to find out the only for certain time, the time period, that T to be calculated in the second line, second stanza. Okay, fine. Then next go for this next one. Divide 2,760 rupees in two parts such that SI on one part at 12.5% per annum for 2 years is equal to the simple interest on the other part at 12.5% per annum for 3 years. So come for the solution part. So here what is given? Now divide 2760 rupees in two parts. So we have to divide 2760 in two parts such that simple interest on one part at 12.5% per annum for 2 years is equal to the simple interest on the other part at 12.5% per annum for 3 years. So first divide 2760 in two parts. The first part is x, second part must be 2760 minus x. 2760 minus x. Then simple interest on part 1 is equal to I is equal to PTR by 100, P is x, T is 2 years given, R is 12.5% by 100. Simple interest on part 2 is equal to principal 2760 minus x multiplied by T 3 years, R is given 12.5. So this is on part 1 simple interest, part 2 simple interest, but it is given is equal to the simple interest. Simple interest on the part 1 is equal to the simple interest on the part 2. That means these both are equal. These both are equal. That means x multiplied by 2 multiplied by 12.5 by 100 is equal to 2760 minus x multiplied by 3 multiplied by 12.5 divided by 100. So 100 get cancelled, 12.5 get cancelled. 2x equal to 2760 multiplied by 3 minus 3x. 2760 multiplied by 3 minus 3x. This implies 2x plus 3x is equal to 2760 multiplied by 3. It becomes 5x. This implies x equal to 2760 multiplied by 3 divided by 5. So by cancelling 1, 5 5 ja 25, 2 6, 25, 1 0, 3 2 6. So x equal to 1656. X is the part 1. We have to calculate divide. So x is part 1. So part 2 equal to 2760 minus x, 2760 minus 1656, 0411. Okay. So part 1 will be your 1656, part 2 will be your 1104. Okay. So come for the next one. Come for the next question. A person borrowed a person borrowed 8,000 rupees at a certain rate of interest for 2 years. And then 10,000 rupees at 1% lower than the first one. Lower than the first. In all, he paid 2,500 rupees as interest in 3 years. In 3 years. Find out the two rates at which he borrowed the amount. Borrowed the amount. So see, a person borrowed 8,000 rupees at a certain rate of interest for 2 years. Then 10,000 rupees at 1% lower than the first. In total, in all, he paid 2,500 rupees as interest in 3 years. So let's see how we have to proceed. Here it is given P equal to 8,000. R is equal to let X rate of interest. T is equal to 2%. So I equal to PTR by 100. 8,000 X 2 500. 0, 0, 0, 0 cancelled. 160X. Fine. Next. Again, P1 equal to 10,000 rupees. Rate of interest equal to lower than the first. The first we have taken as X. So lower than the first in the sense X minus 1. Then T equal to 2 years. 1 year. First, it has taken 8,000 rupees for 2 years, then 10,000 rupees for the third year. In total, 2,500 interest in 3 years. That means I1 equal to P1 T1 R1 by 100. P1 is given 10,000 rupees. T1 1 X minus 1 by 100. So 100 X minus 1 is I. But we know I plus I1 is equal to 2,500 rupees. This implies 160X plus 100X minus 1 is equal to 500. 160X plus 100X minus 100 is equal to 500. So 260X is equal to 2500 plus 100 is equal to 2600. This implies X equal to 2600 by 260 is equal to 10%. So X is the rate of interest. So R is equal to 10% because we have taken R equal to X. So R equal to 10%. Second one lower than the, so 10 minus 1 is equal to 9%. But we have to find out the two rates. So first one is 10%, second one is 9%. I hope you understand all the logics. So this is all about your simple interest. Thank you.